Let's keep this conversation going with Minnesota Star Tribune columnist John Rash. John, great to have you. Thanks for joining us. So Minnesota is going to elect a new governor in this fall. You have a new column out. It's titled Candidates for Governor. The time to speak up is now on ICE. You also say step up or step aside. Talk to us a little bit about your message in this column, John.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. And I think that all of your viewers are familiar in whatever state they're in with candidates hustling on the hustings and going out there and saying, here's what I'm going to do when I'm in office after inauguration a year from now. And for Minnesota and Minnesotans, that's too late. I think it would be right for them to be able to specifically say to the candidates, what are you going to do now to address the ICE crisis, which is the defining issue, not just, of course, here in Minnesota, but to some degree nationally and even internationally, given the images that are being projected around the world. And so, please.
Well, on that, you write in the column, while it may seem quixotic, naive even, to call for leadership now, not a year from now, it is equally cynical to not call on those running for governor to do what candidates claim they will do, which is represent all Minnesotans. You are there in Minnesota, John. What can you tell us about what the polling says there, what the reality is as far as what it is that Minnesotans want on this?
Minnesotans want this siege to end by and large, and this seemingly is increasingly the view of people across the political spectrum. Certainly Democrats and certainly those who are located in the metro area, but increasingly greater Minnesota legislators and voters are feeling that this has gone clearly too far at this point. And it's unlike anything perhaps certainly I have experienced and many of your viewers have as well. This is a federal force of CPB and ICE agents and others that supersedes by a significant margin the combined police forces of Minneapolis and St. Paul and even some of the suburbs here. And as, of course, all of your viewers have seen, they are here, they are faceless and masked and without names and in an incredibly intimidating posture. It has led to many confrontations, including, of course, as you've been reporting here, tragically, the deaths of two local Minnesotans, which has made this into an international issue here at this point. And there is unanimity, at least among most Democratic state leaders, a few Republican ones as well, that this has to stop.
Yeah, no question. The world has been watching this. We did already see one Republican candidate for governor step aside just yesterday. He said he cannot support the National Republicans' stated retribution on the citizens of our state. What do you make of that decision? Do you foresee this actually driving kind of the decisions from those people to run or not to run?
Well, Chris Maddow, to his credit, put it quite starkly, and as you referenced, he talked about the president's rhetoric, which he used words of reckoning and retribution. And that suggests something going far beyond an immigration enforcement action here. So, certainly that might impact the dialogue as others are speaking to the other Republican candidates, most of whom are to the right of Chris Maddow. So none of them have echoed his comments here, but there'll certainly be a lot of questions and indeed some pressure for them to say the same thing.
For sure. And just while we have you, in the last few days, we have seen Governor Walz, Mayor Frey have conversations with President Trump after there had been this months of feuding back and forth. What do you make of these conversations, at least, that are happening? And do you foresee any kind of actual ability to work together there?
That I think it should have been spurred by a moral, not a public relations crisis. But regardless of what is causing it, it appears that the administration is looking for at least somewhat of an off-ramp, and the governor and the mayor are smart to see that and look at a possibility to be able to have the administration take that off-ramp and to be able to defuse the situation here, which really remains quite tense.
Great to get your perspective from there in Minnesota. John Rash, thanks so much.
Thank you.